Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly review. We have a very interesting week coming up, and it's probably going to be spectacular because of three reasons. One, BTFP program ends on Monday. Then we have CPI on Tuesday, and it's likely going to be hot. And finally, we have the ARM lockup expiration on Tuesday as well, which is probably going to bring a top in semis. Let's take it one by one. BTFP, banks, they're hoping maybe something else gets announced, but Uh, we saw what happened with New York City, NICB, and maybe some other banks will start getting hit after the BTFP program ends. They don't have to pay the money back for another year, but they cannot make new loans under the BTFP. So then CPI. CPI is likely to be hot because everything looks like in 2021 when inflation started going up. Stocks all-time high, crypto all-time high, gold new all-time high, stuff like cocoa going to new highs, oil is down from the lows, gasoline prices are down from the lows, copper is down from the lows. Like everything is going pretty crazy. Like this is gold, even oil, even though it didn't go up a lot, it it's like 16-70% off the lows. Uh, copper copper did a breakout, is still pretty high off the lows. So everything is pointing towards 11%, towards inflation coming back up. It's still only in the early stages, but I think J. Powell will soon regret the fact that he flipped dovish. Like the most visible aspect in his stock prices and crypto. This doesn't happen without a reason. So underlying forces beneath the market are saying inflation is coming back up with the force in force. So hot CPI print, then ARM lockup expiration. SoftBank has like 90% of all ARM shares, and they will be tradable as of Tuesday. And because ARM is now a big part of their portfolio, they will be forced to sell for risk management reasons. And when the floodgates open, they it's gonna be spectacular. We'll see. Maybe some shenanigans happen behind the scenes and it doesn't start immediately, but it's a ticking time bomb for ARM stocks. Okay, now this being said, what happened on Friday, in my opinion, is like some smart money getting out of the way, knowing that a storm is coming and they're preparing. But the market can be blindsided by this, even though it's completely obvious and predictable. So I think next week we can have a breakdown due to all of these things, and it can happen in multiple ways. Like we could go down, have a recovery to 415, then go down, and usually this type of corrective moves has a three-way structure like we have here. One wave, retrace, second wave, third wave. So this is what I'm going to draw here as well. Okay, so this is how it happens on Monday, let's say. Then we get a correction, we go down. Probably first bounce should come around here. We go down again, we go down, and we go down, we go down for the final one, which my final target is the AVWAP from uh, the October lows. Just as the target for the October lows was the AVWAP from the previous low from October 2022. Let's see where it is relative to this, much lower. But this will be our target for this drop here. Of course, it can stop sooner, like any of these ranges here, like 495, 493, 485, 484. Uh, but in theory, it should go to this horizontal level combined with the projection for where the AVUP will be to 474. And this will give us a peak to bottom correction of 7%. Not too high, not too low, just right. And things will still be bullish afterwards. Then, uh, based on my rule that if on a quarterly expiration, if a directional move starts on OPEX week, it will continue in that direction until the end of the quarter. Um, I didn't put exactly the end of the quarter. This is the 27 on Wednesday, but I would expect we bottom out sooner. Maybe we do like a double bottom afterwards and start going up. Maybe this happens faster, like the first drop is more impulsive. We get a bounce here, we get a bounce here, and we just double bottom earlier. It doesn't really matter. Again, take what I draw with a grain of salt from a perspective of accuracy, exact accuracy, but more of a sentiment of how things will go. For the bullish case, I don't believe it at all, but I will draw it anyway. Let's assume we go up, and I think the top will be 525. And that should come either on Tuesday, if on Thursday, or on Friday, if for some reason we go up and somehow we get the cold CPI print, or I don't know, maybe we get a surprise CPI cold print and we start going up, and that would make it give us a target of 525-ish, and then probably some consolidation here, and the correction will start at the end of the month, so something like this. But given what's in the plan for next week, I don't believe in this at all. Okay. Go out. Then oil. I still believe in the 95 target. I posted on Twitter an offset chart of SPY versus oil with a 45-day offset for oil, and it's pointing toward a 95 target area by April 14th. This I drew it. It should be like this, something. Anyway, I think this still happens, and I think that the catalyst for oil is going to be this CPI print. And just like in 2021, 2022, oil is the laggard of everything else. Like everything goes up uh, and shows inflation is happening. Oil is the last piece of the puzzle of energy in general, and it rallied in 2022, not in 2021. So I would expect oil to be a laggard this year as well. But if data shows inflation is picking up, I think it will explode up, and we have a chance to see this happen uh, this week. We have U.S. gasoline prices. I don't remember what the ticker is, or yes. Anyway, not that relevant. Seeing the chart, I mean, but it's at a like 6-month high. Looks similar to oil, and it's highly correlated with the inflation rate. Same for copper, highly correlated with the inflation rate, and it's at a 6 months high. So all of these things will start to be felt again in the inflation rates very soon. I mean, they already have, but it's gonna be more and more felt, and I think it gives us the correction here. Now, afterwards, what happened afterwards? Well, if the Fed does nothing, and I think they will do nothing, and they will just keep going on with the plan to cut rates, the market will still go up. So let's assume we get this correction here. What happened afterwards? I think afterwards we get a rally to 540, 550 by June OPEX, and that might be a cycle high. So something like this, somewhere in this range. What's the date? Show me the date. Anyway, a bit more difficult to draw because I don't know where the candles are in the future, but what the time frames are. But just something like this. Let's assume this is June, something like this, and we go up to 540, 550 in June. So this is still bullish. It's a buy the dip. We will look for entry opportunities when we get lower, but for now, expect a pullback, and target is this AVWAP. At one point in the future, this AVWAP will be tested. Maybe it's not this time. Maybe we only go down to like 490 or something. Then we start going up again. But at some point, this AVWAP will be tagged. You can bet on it. Okay, that's it for the market recap this week. Have a good one. Bye bye.